Welcome to my show. A guest here. His name is Ingvar Vildo. Mr. Ingvar, how are you doing, sir?
Thank you for invitation. I'm here now for you. I'm good. I'm fine. Thank you. Thank you. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you very much, Mr. Ingvar. And thanks so much for the opportunity, Mr. Ingvar. Firstly, you are an author. You are also the founder of Practical Consciousness Foundation, and you are also a speaker. Can you please, Mr. Ingvar, discuss more about yourself and how you are doing currently now, Mr. Ingvar?
It's quite long story about myself, but let me think. I'm still student, not only founder of practical consciousness and other things, but I was always curious about myself, about nature, and about spirituality, about science, and everything. And for me, is it's important to understand what actually happens around us and in us. In us is very important because everything what we are doing outside in our life, it's actually created inside us with our emotions, thoughts, believings, our culture, and etc. And if I'm looking around today, I see many problems what actually not solved. Even we live in 21st century, right? We have AI and other very fancy things, but we still struggling and have some even worse. I think you in Africa know it's. For me, it looks we are somehow we are a little bit wild, and I think we need to be more smart. But my experience about our smartness is quite simple. We need to change something in us. Then we can change other things too. I think if we're changing some surrounding, making it better, for example, more comfort, it it can make some peace in us. But still, we have some bad things inside us that actually can pop up in some conditions and to make some very bad and harm things, not only for self but others too. And that's the reason why I actually went to the yoga, the Siddha yoga,
Mm.
went to the Patanjali Yoga Sutras, went to the India side because it's very incredible knowledge. What it's not so simple to understand, but it have some hidden, very old knowledge, what goes beyond thousands and thousands years about us, about ourselves, and it helped me, and it help others too who can teach and understand and make changes. And the best what can become as an outcome is changed lives.
Yes.
Not so violent people, but more gentle and lovely persons and etc. That's what I'm doing actually.
Yes, definitely. I will also definitely 100% agree with you with the type of situation we have gotten into ourselves in this life currently. Every single thing has changed, and the surrounding, every single thing have changed. And also, we have to definitely look at some issues that have been developed, probably due to the rise of the technology and also the social media we have today. Those are the things that we definitely need to check on, and also need to know how we could use it to also bring an impact for society that we find ourselves. And also, I would like to dive to your book, Mr. Ingvar. Can you please, Mr. Ingvar, discuss more on your book, Practical Consciousness? And do you also plan to write more books in the coming future, Mr. Ingvar?
I think this book is great. It's great because it can help readers to make themselves better. It's a very practical book. I have many ideas about different books. What can be more important. to the people who really like to change these lives, about thinking, about consciousness, about different things. Yeah, I taught people over 30 years. It's quite a long time. And I discovered a lot of things through this period of my life. And I think I have a lot to say.
Definitely, the beauty of the book is it definitely helps a lot of people who are probably struggling to release their past. And that is the beauty, a lot of things that we are having today, most of the time comes from the experience we've had during our historic time. Our childhood usually bring out a lot of things in us, but if we can definitely know how we could release these triumphs and definitely things that we have definitely experienced in the past, then better things will definitely come for us in the coming future. And that is why I would like to dive to the reason why many people today really struggle to release their past. Why do you personally, Mr. Ingvar, think that many people struggle to release their past, even when they want to move forward with their life, Mr. Ingvar?
You know, people don't hold on the past, they hold on the identity formed in the past.
Mm.
That's the problem. As long as they believe that identity is their true self, they will hold on to everything attached to it, including pain. But liberation begins the moment you realize I am not my story. It's a very important moment uh, to realize I am not my story, because everyone can actually recognize. Oh, I have some emotions. It pops up, but I can recognize it. It shows actually you are witnessing your emotion, for example. It's a clear, natural experience. And if we can get this moment, who is that who can recognize emotion, then we can find ourselves. And then I can say, oh, I'm not emotion or some pain from past. I am something different. And that different part is very important in our lives.
Identity is very, very important. That means even our past definitely could definitely be something that might affect us in one way or the other, but it's the idea that is within it. And if we could definitely identify those issues and definitely know that every single thing that comes on is something that will definitely help us move forward to become a better person, then definitely it will definitely curve and we can definitely live a more happier life that will help every single person and also impact the society. And that is the reason why we do not really need to struggle from the past that we find ourselves. And also, there are a lot of emotions that also come along, Mr. Ingvar. Shame, guilt, or resentment, Mr. Ingvar. How do you think disturbing emotions like shame, guilt, or resentment often also keep us stuck in old patterns? And how do you think we can also start to begin to break free from these disturbing emotions, Mr. Ingvar?
You know, shame, guilt, and resentment are not just emotions, they are bindings, connections to the past experiences and beliefs. They persist as long as a person identifies with the self inside the emotion. But when you observe the emotion from awareness, not from within it, then the bond begins to loosen. It's a very important moment because um, our past is sitting always in our memory and always reminding itself. It just like become activated automatically. And then for us, it start to feel, I am this emotion. I am this past. That's the main problem. Why we always become involved to our memory. Because I think everyone knows if I remember something, it's not reality, not real. It's past. It's gone. It's not here anymore. That's the biggest illusion what we have as a humans.
Yes, definitely. I completely agree. That is what we have to understand. The past is just there. normally we are definitely programmed to remember this past, to have a reminder of what happens. But that definitely should not be the reason we should inflate it to what our future or what we will do in the coming future will be. And that is why it's definitely important. As you said, it is not really most of the time emotions that also deal with something like shame, guilt, or resentment. So there are also many futures that definitely um get someone to also build themselves in those perspectives. And also your book also offers practical techniques, Mr. Ingvar, for inner transformation. Inner transformation is very important in our life. Like if we do not have that inner transformation, then there will definitely be a lot of things we'll definitely lack. Even how we could solve some issues like triumphs and also past and pain. So can you share with us with one or two that listeners can also try today, Mr. Ingvar?
Yeah. Here's one practical technique. It's very simple, actually. It's have many steps. Close your eyes and locate a specific emotion. Second is ask yourself, where do I feel this in my body? Where is the location of that emotion? Then feel the place without trying to change anything. Just witness it. Then gently move your awareness away from that spot. Observe who is perceiving it. Release. That first step need to be taken because this is um, our detachment from emotion. If we detaching ourselves from emotion, emotion become calm very soon. If we experiencing emotion to be inside the emotion, it feels this is me, and it never dies away. It just becomes stronger. So detachment is very very important and simple.
Wow,
That's
that
the first. Yeah. For example, people have a lot of uh, bad things, bad emotions from the past, from this history, right? And they're attached to them, and those emotions feels for those people real as a reality, as those things happens again now. But if you open your eyes and you're looking around, you will see no one situation is here what can make those kind of emotions. We don't have any reasons to have those emotions, but they are here because we are attached to them. That's the simple, very simple suggesting. Make detachment.
definitely. And also, it's definitely not going to be very easy, but that is why we definitely need. And that is what you said. And what I really like with what you said earlier, we are definitely always connected with this past that we have. This past is something that we are always attached to. But definitely, we have to know how we can locate these areas that is causing us probably some pain or some emotions that we are finding in our life. So, as you said, closing your eyes and tracing it, which is not going to be very easy because if we have definitely know the areas, the point of where our emotions or our pain or what we are passing through is coming from, then we will know how to deal with it. Getting to know it is very, very essential for us. So getting to get those steps that you brought into the area from your book to build is ourselves will definitely help one to definitely locate this thing because definitely, as you said, we are always attached to that past. That could definitely help us. Some people past might not be really, really good, and that might cause a lot of things because this is the front, this is the reality that we are having in our life. And also, I would like to also go to the point of the connection between the body and the unresolved emotional pain. Emotional pain is something that is very not easy, and our people will also like to know the connection within those two. What do you think is also the connection between the body and unresolved emotional pain? And how do you think we can access healing through embodiment practices, Mr. Ingvar?
Some people thinking body is just some physical body's body, as we looking body as you, the body is not just a physical, it is a mirror of life. Every suppressed, unacknowledged emotions is stored in the body as tensions, pain, or disease. Through present and consciousness movement, for example, breathe, touch, or attention, we can access and release it. It means we don't need to keep all those tensions in our body. We can release all those pains, uncomfort emotions, and things from our body, and believe our body start to function in better, much more better way. Yeah, that's the point.
Wow. That is so beautiful, Mr. Ingvar, and that is very, very inspiring. That means pain will definitely be within us, but we have to know how to release this pain. It is very, very important and essential for us to know how we can release this pain so that it could help us to heal. Because most of the time, this pain, I don't know if you also probably can relate with it, usually affects us in many ways in what we are doing, probably financially or what we want to do it usually affects. But if those pain have eradicated or it has been reduced, it definitely helps in many ways because there are a lot of things that could spark into someone's head that would definitely help one to improve or also get to focus through the right path in life. Those pain are one of the things that could definitely help for even put someone in a position that would not really help, and that is why we need to know how we could release this pain. It is very important. And also, pain comes from unforgiveness sometimes, Mr. Ingvar. When someone has some kind of past pain, unforgiveness might be one of it. So, what do you think is the link between forgiveness and emotional freedom, Mr. Ingvar?
Forgiveness is not a decision, it is a result of inner release. When a person frees themselves from the pain that binds them to a past experience or person, forgiveness happens naturally. That's why it can't be forced. But healing can be consciously initiated. If people have a lot of uh, pain, because it means something sitting on them, and they cannot forgive, and they have many reasons not to do it. But it's possible to do it, and then that pain and other problems with some person or experiences in the past, they become gone. It means we can make freedom for ourselves by ourselves. Yeah, and we need to initiate it. We need to start it. But to understand, I can decide it to initiate it. It's very important. If I even don't think about that possibility, it's become impossible, right? Everyone need to ask maybe from our memory, but memory is virtual reality, virtual reality, and we believe it very much.
Wow, that is very, very inspiring, honestly speaking. And that is why I love what you said earlier, which is that our body, we are just like a mirror. And that is why it is very important for us to know how we could help ourselves, our inner self. Because I was so much inspired and surprised that if we could definitely work on the necessity of ourselves, then forgiveness just comes naturally. That means it's something that will just come itself and it will just lead first. And also, holding to past is also one of it. You've said it already. You said a lot of things when it comes to we're all very attached to our past. So how do you think holding on to past also impacts our ability to fully present in life, love, and also leadership, Mr. Ingvar?
Holding on the past doesn't just keep the body tense, it locks attention in a time that no longer exists. Such a person can't fully see the present, hear others, or feel the wholeness of life. Love, leadership, inspiration, they arise only in presence. You know, it's uh, it's very difficult to get it. How we are locked in our memory, in memory which creating some kind of virtual reality that no longer exists. To understand it, it's become great success, I think, for everyone.
Wow, that shows that we are always living in the present. The past is gone. We will always be attached to it, but we are always living in the present. It is in the present we have a lot of fulfillment, and every single thing we want to do to make our life a better place in the community will find ourselves. So we are always in the present, and we have to know how to deal with it. A lot of traumas and pain from the past we play from their past. How do you think they can also move it from to transformation, Mr. Ingvar?
Awareness of pain is the first doorway. And we only always using this doorway because we always know we have pain. But to walk through the second transformation, you must be willing to do inner work, not just noticing but acting. This is very very important. That means practice turning your awareness, releasing emotions, developing presence. It's sounds simple, but those are very specific steps. What we need to be taken to go further through second door, because nature gave us first door, but second door is hidden. But one fact: if we are asking from ourselves, what is the reality we're all present or future? Then we can recognize, for example, our heartbeat or our breathing process. And we can find all those physical phenomena happens always now. It means actually we're living here and now, not in the past and the future. We cannot live in the past and the future, only here and now. And that's making one question: is real reality? But what is illusionary reality? And our memory and our mind, they are great masters to make
Yes.
illusions.
That is very, very beautiful, Mr. Ingvar. That shows that practice make perfect. We can definitely know the step that we can use to help ourselves with this pain because every single one of us, we always face pain, ups and down. But we have to know how we could deal with it personally. And that is why we need to work on ourselves because we'll always be attached to the past. And definitely we have to know how to transform ourselves, help ourselves to develop this area that we could um improve our life because whether we like it or not, as you said, we are always in the present, and it's in the present that every single thing flows. And also, you could have some personal stories, probably from the one you might have written in your book. Can you please, Mr. Ingvar, share a story that shows how letting go led to a real life freedom or breakthrough, Mr. Ingvar?
I have a lot of stories, a lot, but a single tear, they let it go. And later said, I feel like myself again.
Mm.
in this book, what is mentioned by you, there is 14 techniques for different releasing of emotions. And if someone using, for example, one of those techniques can say same sentence, I feel like myself again.
Wow, that is very important. From the personal stories you've had, that shows that one can definitely feel from his or herself again. Likewise, the pain that he or she has found. And that is the beauty of healing. Healing is very important in our life. And if we could definitely heal from these issues, then we can definitely feel from ourselves, from your personal stories that you definitely had, and with ones that you've written in practical consciousness, which is very important. For someone who also feel like their pain is too deep, Mr. Ingvar, I have to agree with you. Some people have even got to a point whereby they are having suicidal thoughts. It has gotten to that point. So a lot of pain is going on. So for someone who feel like it is just too deep or too old to just let go, what word of encouragement would you offer, Mr. Ingvar?
If the pain feels too deep, it's often because it has been alone for too long. Consciousness can bring light where the mind doesn't dare go. Alone, it seems impossible. But if you sit in presence, hold awareness, and let your defense soften, even old pain can begin to melt.
Wow, that's very, very beautiful. I have to be honest with you. That means if one get to a point whereby he or she hold a pain for too long, it could definitely cause a very deep pain. And that shows that there have to be a lot of works, as you've said, having to trace that pain, having to develop himself, and also knowing how to deal with those situations and knowing how to develop it from there. Because whether we like it or not, we are always in the present, and that can definitely help. I think if someone have a very deep pain, it will definitely take a lot of time before it will solve, because it has gotten to an extent too just deep. And definitely there is nothing that can't be solved, and definitely with time and also development, the pain will definitely get to heal and improve one's life. And also, if there is one message you would like to leave to our listeners, with one message, Mr. Ingvar, to carry with their identity on letting go journey, and even also probably your book Practical Consciousness, what do you think that thing will be, Mr. Ingvar?
You know, it can be one sentence. For example, what I carry is not who what I carry is not who I am.
Mm.
When this stays in your mind, space begins to open. And where there is space, release can follow automatically. From that release, a new life begins. I'm talking here about consciousness. Consciousness is our freedom. Consciousness stays always here and now. It's never in the past or the future. It's always here. But if we don't know what is consciousness, then we jump into the experiences, in experiences, not we are not out of experiences to witness them. Consciousness is free for everyone. No one can gauge consciousness and awareness, of course. And if people can find that they already are here, free from pain and struggles and other kind of problems, it's actually very good relief. It's very big relief. But if they go into the experience, they become caged by the experience itself. That's the reason why this sentence, what I carry is not who I am.
This is very important. So that is just a very, very simple paragraph. What I carry did not define who I am. If you can definitely hold on to that, definitely, a lot of carry, those weights we definitely reduce. That means the pain I carry, the triumphs I carry, the past pains that I am carrying doesn't define the kind of person I am. And that's we definitely, but I have to be honest, that is a very powerful proverb. Honestly speaking, that shows that you are who you are, and then you have this uniqueness in you, not because of the past that you've had. This load is not what define how you should react or how you should release life. And that's will definitely help in a very tremendously huge way. Mr. Ingvar, there's a question I normally ask during the end of the show. From our forefathers, from our ancestors, there are a lot of things that do exist during our ancestral time that is missing in our time today. If there is anyone or anything you would like to bring back to our time today, Mr. Ingvar, what do you think that thing will be, Mr. Ingvar?
All our ancestors and all who was before here, they learned something from from nature, from others. But all those things are not bad. But what they don't learn are they? Who am I? This part is missing from every culture, actually. But if we restore that, who am I? Then believe everything become different. And don't search who are you from outside. You already are here in the present, and you can recognize it, you can feel it, and you will see your life changes totally if you find it.
Wow, Oham High, which is very important. If we could definitely have Oham High, as in we do know that a lot of things has been missing in our time today, and we do hope that more comes in the coming future. And that is definitely what we hope, because a lot of culture, a lot of things that we have definitely lost in our time today, and having such question could definitely help. I also want to use this opportunity to sincerely thank you for the time and the opportunity, and also on your book, Practical Consciousness. Thank you so much, Mr. Ingvar.
Thank you for good questions. Uh, I don't know which one. Your
All
name
right.
is Fern, surname.
All right,
What's
Mr.
that?
Ingwa.
It,
All
yeah,
right,
thank
Mr.
you, Adek. Okay.
All right, Mr. Ingwa. Have a
Yeah, tell
wonderful
me.
day. Bye
Very
bye.
interesting. Bye bye. All the best for you. Yeah.